here we go. It's gonna be a good one. I'm excited. Hey guys, and happy last day of 2018. I cannot believe it. I've got my Christmas stuff down. I mean, I'm like ahead of the game this year, so I'm pretty pumped about it. And I have to tell you, I'm very excited about 2019 because in just a few short weeks, I get to go to Hawaii for the very first time in my entire life, and I am bonkers excited. So 2018 was a great year. We had a couple of hiccups along the way, but all in all, I will not complain, because I think that if I look back and try and like find something to regret, then it's me looking back and trying to find something negative when I had so many incredible positives. Like my kids got to go to Disney World, and we watched one of my college friends get married. I got to go experience a fun different place for spring break. I mean, I'm married to my flippin' best friend, and so that's pretty cool. He bugs the crap out of me some days, but man, I wouldn't trade him for the world. And I've got the best family on the face of the planet, and they pulled me out of a deep rut that I was in after a rough renovation this summer. And my friends are literally the best human beings, and I'm so thankful that I have them in my life because I consider them my family. So when I focus on all of those positive things, it makes the negative things seem like not even worth talking about. So that's kind of my goal in this video, is to talk to you about how to find some joy in tough times, or if you're struggling a little bit, to find your inner happy. I really wanted to label this video like how to not be miserable, or how to not be a miserable human, but I felt like that was a little too harsh. So I thought that I would create a list that has really helped me, especially this last year when going through a lot of ups and downs with just the unknown. I think that I don't do well with unknown circumstances. I'm very much a type A person. I like a schedule. I'm very structured. People that know me as a parent know that and think that I'm like crazy uptight, which I am. Once I have my mindset on something or a task, I have to complete it. So anything that distracts me from the completion of whatever it is that I'm working on tends to send me for, I also have what I would consider some anxiety. I work on that with like exercise and taking time for myself that way. But all in all, I don't think that it comes naturally always to choose happiness. And so I thought this would be a good time for me to sit down, chat with you guys about the ways that I try to be a happier, better version of myself every day. Not saying that I succeed every day, but I certainly give it my best effort. And hopefully, if nothing else, this could be just some nice reminders for you when you're in a rut or struggling a little bit, to know that you're human and you're not alone, and it's normal to feel the way that you're feeling, but also there are tools and helpful tips that can maybe help you get out of the rut. So without further ado, how to find your happiness. Number one, wake up with a grateful heart. More often than not, I think that most people wake up annoyed and cranky and thinking about all the negative things that are about to happen or will come in their day. And I had to do a hard reset with this and remind myself of all the things that I was grateful for on the mornings that I found to be a challenge to get out of bed. So first thing in the morning when I wake up, what I try to do is write down all of the things that I'm grateful for at that time. And that could mean just really little things. And I found actually that the small things are what make me appreciate everything else and make me not focus so much on the negative. So if I'm thankful for my hot cup of coffee. I'm thankful that I have 5 extra minutes to myself. I'm thankful for the microwave that's going to heat my cup of coffee that I haven't had a chance to drink, but it's been poured for 5 hours, you know, things like that. I make sure to remind myself that this is a season of life with my children, because that is something that I've struggled with, wondering if this is where I'm supposed to be, if I'm supposed to be at home with them, or if I do feel sometimes like I'm wasting my potential. And I know people can relate, so don't judge me on that. but I remind myself of all of the reasons it's worth it for me to be home with them right now. So that's been super helpful, and I find that it helps me start my day on a very positive note. So wake up with a grateful heart. If you need to, write down all the reasons why you're thankful and grateful and the positive things that are going on in your life, because it's going to bring you so much more joy in your day when you're focusing on those. Number 2, be kind. Oh, coming off the holiday season, I feel like as it is the most wonderful time of the year, it is almost equally the most stressful, rude, obnoxious time of the year, and it's so easy to focus on that and the people that you meet that just don't have that kind bone in their body, and you're just wishing that their heart would grow 2 sizes like the Grinch's. But the truth is, for that to happen for them, sometimes it takes you holding your tongue and counting to 10 and choosing to not fuel the fire. So being kind, I feel like that is such a blanketed statement, but honestly, it's not hard. It's not hard to be kind. It's not hard to choose to support somebody, and even if you don't agree, it's not hard to hold your tongue and not say anything when all you want to do is, let them know how wrong they are. Hold the door open for somebody, or help somebody unload their groceries if you see them in the parking lot by themselves. Help an elderly person put their groceries onto the belt at checkout line. These are things that are so simple that I think we get so caught up in just focusing on ourselves and our tasks at hand each day, because life is so overwhelming and busy that it's hard for us to look at somebody else and their needs and their wants. And I think that stepping out and just thinking about being kind helps me find a lot more joy within myself. When I'm taking care of other people, I tend to feel a lot happier. I mean, being kind to like everybody, like not just the people that you like, but a stranger, maybe the people that you don't like or the ones that have really wronged you. It is hard to be kind, but it takes much more energy to be mean. And some people would say that you're a pushover, and some people would say that you're, what a doormat. But I will happily be that doormat if I know that I can have a smile on my face at the end of it and a little bit less anxiety in my soul. So be kind, friends. Number 3, this one's just hard because I feel like as a human race, this is just difficult for us to master. Selflessness. It's a challenge. It's really hard to not think about yourself. And I can tell you that so honestly because I'm the 3rd child and I am very selfish. I think about myself and my wants and my needs over everyone's. I think that being a parent has helped me so much in thinking about other people first. But I have tendencies and I have to put myself in check all the time. I mean, I was literally shopping with my sister and my mom the other day, and we had taken some of our bags to the car and left my sister and I had taken some bags to the car and left my mom in the store just so we could drop off the, Christmas load. And we're walking out there and I'm just singing my song with my one bag and my purse, and I'm just, off in my own little world, and I look in front of me and my sister is like hauling butt with all of these bags. She's so weighed down. I was like, oh my goodness, can I help you with that? And she's like, no thanks, but I think you're about 5 minutes too late to that party. And I mean, I couldn't help but laugh. I obviously apologized like over and over, but that's just me. Like I'm off over here in my own little world thinking about my songs and everything going on in my head that sometimes I forget to like step outside of myself and think about other people. Thankfully, my sister loves me and understands the struggle. So thanks, I love you, and next time I'll carry your bags for you. But no, I just think taking the time to think about somebody else, I try and teach my children that, and it's very hard at this age because everything is me, 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 me. But if we can just take time and think about somebody every single day and how you can help them or love on them and praise them, I think that that would help everybody find a little bit more joy within themselves. So number 4, so this is where like the talk becomes the walk, and this is where I think like social media gives me like heartburn, if I'm gonna be real, and it's why I was kind of off of it for a while, because I was so tired of hearing and viewing all of these people have so many opinions about so many things. And I'm not saying I don't love a good opinion, but I also think that instead of like all of this harbored negativity, if people will just stop talking once in a while and do something, their life would be happier. They would make somebody else's life change, and for the better, and that would be such a positive impact on our world. So number 4, do good. Get out there and do something about it. If you have an opinion, or your heart feels heavy over certain things, then be active and make a move, I guess. So I don't know what that means to you. I think that there's so many different ways that you can do this. Volunteering is what comes to top of mind for me. The Salvation Army ringing the bell over Christmas time. Over Christmas time, there's so many great opportunities to get involved and give back and contribute in your community. But also throughout the year, I think people forget that that's just a season, but carry it on. So, volunteering, maybe call up your soup kitchens in your town, or a local church and the food pantries, the Salvation Army. If you have local charities that are run, every city has something different. Something that I found since having children in school is getting involved in the schools. There are so many things that they could use your help for that you don't even know, and they probably just don't have the time to ask, because these educators are overworked and underpaid. I have many friends and family who are educators, so just get involved and, pay it forward. I think also, if you're a parent, teach your children this. Show your children how to be active and participate, because that you are leading by example, and your children are only going to learn from you. So I don't know, I think that maybe it's my compassionate heart or my empathetic self, but I just think that paying it forward and getting involved and doing good, whether it's in your community or, if you have something that you're doing nationwide or whatever that is to you, do it and feel proud about it. I don't think that you should do it and look for acknowledgement or recognition. I think that kind of defeats the purpose. So I would say do it humbly, and I think that would fill your cup more than you would ever imagine. So get out there, do some good, volunteer, get involved, and stop complaining. Number 5, this is something that I've had to do consciously. For a little while, for at least a month this summer, I was struggling pretty hard, and my mother actually had to remind me, but choose joy. You can get up every day and choose to be miserable, or you can choose to be happy. And I know that it's not that black and white. I know that there are days, I'm sorry, my feet are falling asleep, just a second. Oh, sorry, I had to readjust. I know that life is not that black and white, and you're gonna have high days and you're gonna have low days, and you're gonna have those gray areas where you're just like, meh. And especially right now, the darkness of the season is within us. It's after the holidays. It's just gonna be a long winter and can tend to be hard to wake up and find that happiness. But if you just consciously try and choose joy every day, and it might have to be like every hour or like every 5 minutes. You're like, I'm choosing joy. I'm choosing joy. My kids are screaming and they're clinging to me and nobody's taking a nap and all I want to do is have a drink, but I'm going to choose joy. Like, it's okay if you have to like fake it till you make it. I fully support that. One of my friends actually told me, and we did this growing up, where we would be having like horrible days or a horrible moment. But if you just start like fake laughing, you will end up laughing for real, and it will then make you keep laughing because you find yourself, like reverse psychology, like laughing at yourself for actually making yourself laugh when there was really nothing to be laughing about in the first place. And then it's just this awesome continuous cycle, and I bet it will probably change your day. So choose joy because it will bring you some more joy in your life. I think you'll be happier, I hope, or you'll be commenting below like, girl, you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm gonna say, girl, you're right, because I'm not a doctor, but I'm just gonna tell you this is what worked for me. Try it out. Can't harm anything, right? Then number 7, which kind of feeds right off of choosing joy, surround yourself with positive people. Friends, you are the people that you surround yourself with. So if you're just like swimming in a pool of negative influences, you are gonna be just like them. You're gonna be miserable. They're gonna creep in soon enough, and you're gonna be complaining all of the time. You're gonna turn into a martyr. Oh, you will find so many things to be upset about that you won't even know what joy is anymore. And it's actually going to be more fun for you to focus on the negative than it will be the positive. So my advice to you is to choose those people in your life that bring you happiness and that seek happiness for themselves. You're always going to have those friends that are going through times. That's what friends are for, right? Like, we're here to like help each other get through life and the ups and downs, the roller coasters. But I mean, help them if you can. Make sure they're like actually climbing the ladder out of whatever negative pocket they're in. And if they're not, then I'd be like, all right, friend, you're now at number 7. And I'll check back on you in a month. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. But truly, you have to just force yourself to be around people that think like you, or think that like the way that you want to be thinking, and actively try and find happiness every day, that are doing those good deeds, that are being kind to people, that are, you know, they just lead with a grateful heart. They live their life grateful. And maybe you are all of these things and you're joyful and you're kind. And I just say, keep it up, because there are days where it is really hard and it's not easy to be a selfless, kind, good-doing human being that chooses joy and surrounds herself with all the angels. Like, that does not sound practical, but it could be. And it may end up being that story for you if you just create it for yourself. So get out there and surround yourself with people that are of like mind and are wanting to be a positive influence on you and others, and themselves are constantly trying to better themselves and grow and are just enjoying life, because it's important. You get this one life, and don't you want to just enjoy it? I mean, I have those people, and I have to be honest, I don't have a lot of them. I have a very few select group of friends and my family members that I adore with all of my heart, but they support me and they lift me up, and I hope that I do that for them too. I mean, we all have our peaks and valleys, but we're not out there trying to get they're not out there trying to get all the likes on Facebook, or not that that's a bad thing. If that's what you're doing, like, go for it. If that's what, I think, I don't know how I feel about that, because I'm like doing these YouTube videos and I feel like obviously I would love for me to have a following, but I can't think like that, because the moment that I start thinking like that, that's the moment that I stop thinking about what's truly important. And what's truly important are those people that I've chosen in my life to support me and whom I support, and my family. So get out there, be around people that make you happy, try and think about other people, and I promise that I promise that if nothing else, you'll just have a better day. Like, your life's not going to be altered. You're not going to just become this millionaire and have all the money, but then again, that's not really what brings you happiness. So if that's what you're seeking, then this is not the video for you. This is not going to bring any of those things. Don't watch this video if you think it's going to bring you fame and popularity, because you're watching the wrong video. You're just watching the wrong channel, because I ain't no Kim Kardashian. I'm just hanging out here in my upstairs bedroom trying to talk to you about finding joy in 2019. So anyway, guys, I hope that was helpful. I hope if you were having a gloomy day, then you at least gained some perspective, because at the end of the day, the big things are actually pretty small things. It may not seem like it. There are days where I have to remind myself of that, and if I can't find that within myself, then usually my mother's reminding me of that. She is my constant happy reminder. Laugh it off, Catherine. Not that big of a deal, Catherine. Stop crying for the 5th time this week, Catherine. But anyway, I hope that brings you some clarity and maybe a different perspective on setting goals for yourself for 2019. I think that we all have these unreachable, unattainable goals that we set for ourselves. Maybe unrealistic. I don't want to say unreachable or unattainable, because I truly believe that the impossible is possible if you believe it. But we start making these goals and we forget that before we should make these goals, we should really find our inner happiness, and that's what's going to make everything else so much sweeter in life. So for my hope for you in 2019 is that you find joy and happiness within yourself, and that you know, can laugh at the unlaughable, and you know, surround yourself with the people that love and support you, because you can't take it with you. We're here to love each other and support one another and make a difference in each other's lives. So I hope you all have a fantastic new year, and I cheers to you. It's just about time for me to pour myself a drink. So happy new year, everybody. I look forward to making more videos for you. Mwah. Definitely just set my gum down on the table, because that's what you should do with your gum when your children aren't around.